Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's One of the Future Gamer once again, and today I'm going to be doing my reaction to a couple of Cuckoos, episode 3. So, last episode was so far the series is really interesting. I've enjoyed the last episode, basically. By the way, I should mention, I was under the impression when I was watching the last episode that the girl actually did end up getting in a fight with the parents. Apparently that was just a fantasy that the guy had. He imagined it. I did not catch on to that, unfortunately, so yeah. So I just wanted to mention that right here. But anyways, though, it's really interesting. I really want to know why the parents want him to marry so badly. Like, that's one of my biggest burning questions about the series going forward. It's like, I can't imagine, is it just because, like, they want him to find a lover and don't think he'll be capable of it otherwise? Because that's... unless they arrange a marriage for him, because that's pretty damn harsh. Is it just because they wanted to get connected with their daughter? Like their real daughter? Because if so, then that's fine. It's probably the most likable reason. But it's like, he obviously doesn't need to marry her for that to happen. Hell, that already happened last episode. You know? And the only other thing I think I could think of, which would be the most unlikable reason, would be if like they just wanted the money that she has. Like if their son marries her and becomes rich, they'll be able to beg him for money, which it would be the most unlikable reason that I can think of. So and on top of that, her father that raised her is also very interesting too, because first of all, he revealed that he knew all along that they were... the whole proposal was complete bullshit. However, he still wants them to get married, and he's having them live in a completely separate house for 2 weeks to get to know each other better, to see if they'll want to grow to marry each other with that. So I like that his methods are actually different and more interesting than the other parents' methods of just trying to use force to force their son to marry her. So that's where we're at right now. This is all a very interesting scenario with interesting characters, and I want to see where it's going to go. So yeah, that's all I have for the start of this video. The episode had the intro right at the beginning, so I skipped to 1 minute and 30 seconds. And yeah. So the episode will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, it's a pretty damn big house, too. He didn't just put them in like a little shack or anything. It's pretty damn good. I wonder if he did this to try and like convince him with the property, like, if you marry her, you could live in this the rest of your life. I wonder if that's part of his strategy. Wow. Like, okay, she couldn't be any more obvious, honestly. That's one of the most obvious I've seen in a while, let's be real here. I mean, I like that they're both on the same page here. Neither of them really wants to marry the other. So, it's not like one of them desperately wants to marry, but the other doesn't. You know, they're both on the same page here. So, even though they don't particularly like each other, I don't think, they at least have common ground there to try and prevent this marriage. You know? I assume they're still going to get married in the end. But I'm hoping that it happens on their own terms, rather than because, like, they're expected to. The way I kind of equate when I was watching I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but when I was watching the first episode, I actually thought of Todoroki in My Hero Academia when he first finally used his fire abilities. You know, like his father was smiling all smug-like. Okay. But the way Todoroki took it and the way that Izuku tried to beat it into his head was that these are his powers, not his father's, and using them doesn't mean his father won. That's kind of what I'm thinking in this series too, where when they finally decide that they're falling in love and they want to be together, I want them to make it clear that it's on their terms. They're not doing it because their parents want them to. Yeah. Doing that doesn't mean that their parents have won. And here we have this scene now. Only 5 minutes into the episode. Only 5 minutes into episode 3. That was quick. Although I've seen anime that do it 5 minutes into episode 1. So. I mean, that's how I act a lot too. I don't know about what is that, lizard? I don't know about lizards necessarily. I don't think I've ever had to do that to a lizard before, so I don't know how I would react. But a lot of small creatures I can't stand, so I relate to that definitely. He's basically doing her lighting for her social media photos. Like, she has all this money, but she can't buy professional lighting equipment that doesn't require people to hold it up? Okay. Yeah, she's definitely stunning, alright. I can see why she has a huge social media following. She's incredibly attractive. And she seems to be quite charismatic. At least as far as images are concerned. It doesn't explain if she has, like, a YouTube or a Nico channel or anything like that where she would need her actual personality to be charismatic. But at least in terms of taking images, she's able to come off as very charismatic. So I can see why she has a social media following. Also, more freaking girlfriend parallels. That blonde chick and girlfriend also had a huge social media following as well. I definitely suspect this series was at least in part inspired by girlfriend, but the two also so far have a ton of differences as well. Garbage. Did I miss that part of the episode? Why did he ask for garbage? Oh wait, was that the scene where he was bowing before? I kind of didn't get everything from there, but whatever. I'm guessing it's not going to be crucial, so. Does she go to school or is she homeschooled? It's actually a good question. A lot of times rich people in anime and manga tend to be homeschooled, so it could really go either way here. But that depends on the reason that they want you to marry her. Again, if it's just because of her money, that won't dissuade them at all. So are these guys going to end up being actual bullies, or are they actually good guys like he thinks right now? If not, even if they are bullies, then I guess that they're being more subtle and strategic with it, which is pretty rare for anime and manga. Even though I encountered a lot of bullies that were strategic about it when I was in high school, so. How likely do you think it would be that the smartest girl in the school, or one of the smartest people in the school, would require someone would require a partner to be smarter than them, though. Like, that's pretty much setting themselves up for failure if they're genuinely that smart. Actually, I think I've already seen an image from this. I think this is going to be a complete misunderstanding. Oh my god. But if so, they're really building it up. Yeah. So he's not taking it as hard as I thought he would. And the way she was still blushing, maybe she like does have a thing for him, but she doesn't want to admit it yet. It's kind of hard to tell, honestly. You know what? I'm conflicted because, like, I don't want them to be forced to marry each other. I do not like that idea at all. Even in a setting that's like an ancient setting, like, I don't like it, but I can, like, tolerate it because it was normal back in those days, unfortunately. But I don't want them to be forced to marry each other. But my god, I want to see them together at the same time. Like I said before, though, I want it to be on their own terms. Alright? Like, I don't want to get the impression that, like, you know, their parents won because they got together. Of course, he's still in love with her. So, yeah. Maybe this will be even more similar to girlfriend. Maybe it'll be a polyamorous situation. I doubt it, but, you know. There's already some similarities with girlfriend that I've noticed here. See, this series is making me want to see them together. Even though I'm against the idea of them being forced to marry. But it's like, not only are they have great chemistry, great humorous chemistry, but they're also just, there's nice moments like these between them as well. I've said this before, I'm really glad the series is going to be 2 cores instead of just 1. Because, like, 1 core is so much of the standard these days. Like, I really wish Komi Season 1 was 2, honestly. Then we'd have to wait for Season 2 for a while longer, because Season 2 would have just ended a few weeks ago, or Season 1 would have just ended a few weeks ago. But the plus side, we would have gotten more. But anyways, though, that's neither here nor there. Okay. And that is episode 3 of A Couple of Cuckoos. Honestly, it's even better than the last episode. Like I said, this episode did a great job of making me want to see these two together. But like I've said a couple times already, I'm conflicted because I really want to see them get together. Okay, but at the same time, I don't want them to be forced to marry each other. So I'm like 95% sure that they will end up together. And I'm really interested in exactly how it's going to be executed. And exactly how the author is going to do this. Yeah, my hope is that like they do end up together, but it's not done in a way where you get a sense that their parents won and can be all smug over them and be happy and shit. You know, but treading that fine line would be really tricky from a writing standpoint. And I'm really interested to see how he does it, how the series does it. So anyways, overall, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content in the future. Hit the notification bell if you want to whenever I upload a video, because I release new videos all the time. Share around other places on the internet, everything it deserves it, such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Try to get my channel more attention. And like always, comment on the video down below, because help my channel out. Let me know your thoughts on this video and on this episode and on the series as a whole and on the manga if you're a fan of that. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the whole dilemma here about, like, are you as conflicted as I am about, like, wanting to see them together, but the whole arranged marriage thing being kind of bad? Yeah, are you as conflicted as I am, or do you have different opinions? Let me know all that in the comments. Anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time.